Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Amara Secor. Today we're back with some chess. Now this is going to be a long video. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. It goes a long way of supporting me. You can check out the other content that I make. Peep the Spotify, Dragon of the East. We do make music over here. And yeah, leave a follow on that. Leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite opening in chess is. If you don't know openings in chess, maybe look up a video for common openings in chess. My favorite is either the Ready or the King's Gambit. It is one of those two. I think I like the King's Gambit a little more, although I almost never play it. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and start with the daily puzzle, and then jump into a couple of games. We'll just see where that goes. Beat in the Background is one of mine. Haven't used it yet on the song. Can't wait till I do. Alright, is this a mating net? No. What should it be? We do this first. Yeah, we do that first because it takes away the defender. That's checkmate. So I wasn't mating that. So the reason that this worked the way that it did, so the first move that I saw was rook to e8, which obviously that's check. The problem is there are two defenders, both the king and the rook. Obviously the king can't take first. However, the rook does, and then obviously if rook takes rook, king takes rook, and then it's done. So what you have to do is say check with the queen, and the king can't move to this square, so the king is forced to move over here. Then you say check with that rook. This rook will take it. Wow, that's doing some weird stuff. Well, you know what? The rook will take that. So, rook here can't work first. Queen goes here and forces the king to move here. Then you can say check, rook is forced to take, and then rook takes rook, and that's GG. That's how I solved that puzzle. Anyway, we're going to go into some live chess. Let's see what we can find. Yeah, some 30-minute games would be great. It's going to get me ready for tournament play. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Ready. This is, again, one of my favorite openings. I absolutely love playing this. The reason I love playing this is because it keeps so many possibilities open, which is really cool. I'm actually going to do this, and I'm going to do the Ready Gambit. I've never played this before, but I think this would be fun. So we're going to see where this goes. What I'm hoping is that they take this pawn. Knight comes to here, followed by... Sure, I'm just gonna take that. I don't think that that's a mistake at all. If you want to... What? Why? Why would you allow... Well, that doesn't gain anything for you. What does that gain for you, opponent? That literally gains you nothing. Now I'm just ahead in development for free. I'm just going to run with this. As much as I can, I am just going to run. I don't care about that. I'm going to madly develop my pieces. Okay. I'm going to do this to prevent the bishop move here. Just because that is annoying, and I don't really feel like dealing with that. Also, this knight's actually really good, and can eventually... What I'm planning on doing is pawn e5, knight to e5, followed up by knight to d6. Or, sorry, knight e4 to knight e6. Where it will be supported by this pawn here, which is just going to, you know, screw everything up for my opponent. It will, however, create a weak pawn here, which I do need to be concerned about. I'm going to go ahead and do it, though, since my opponent is still failing to develop their pieces, and I have open pieces just ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and get my bishop developed here so that it defends this pawn. Get ready to move my queen off of the back rank. This pawn is free. So my queen could even come here next turn. Again, I'm still planning on getting my knight to d6. That's where this knight wants to end up on this square. Because if I'm looking at that square, I'd be panicking if I were my opponent. Especially if the dark squared bishop ever goes away. This is even worse for my opponent because now my queen is forking the e6 and the b7 pawn, both of which are free to take right now, unless they defend them by queen move here, here. That's it. Yeah. My opponent is in deep doo-doo. That's all I can say. My opponent is in deep doo-doo. And they make the wrong play, because this is going to allow queen takes that. That just allows queen right there, in the heart of everything. That, I'm not sure what to do if I'm the opponent here. I don't think my opponent saw that. I don't understand why the queen went to c7 and not d7. d7 was safe. I think d7 was the best play. Queen d7, that solved the problem temporarily by guarding both pieces simultaneously. I don't understand queen c7 at all. And I don't like that at all because suddenly the bishop has joined the party. The bishop has joined the party, everyone. Oh no. Like, this is going to force a lot of things here, right? I don't think that knight does anything. Like, I think that knight move actually caused more problems than it did solutions. I'm looking to... I'm not sure if I want to castle kingside or not. I feel like I do. I feel like that's the better play. Well, the thing is, with this bishop pressure, it's going to go here, obviously. Which will not only pin the knight to the queen, but it's going to force that there will never be a castle for my opponent. So they won't be able to get their king to safety. But there is a lot of things that can go wrong for my opponent. That's the whole point of this. Is that they have to play extremely carefully now. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I can get that later. Like, I'd rather force the king out and then threaten the queen next turn. So what I could do, I think I actually want to take this. Because if they take back with this pawn, my queen can take. That pins the knight to the king, and it also threatens this rook. This doesn't hurt my board in any way, shape, or form. If they don't take back, I just take that pawn. Or, actually, I just take that... Actually, no, I kind of do want to take that pawn, in all honesty. I'm not even going to lie. Like, that pawn right there. Alright, so they chose to do this. So I'm going to do that. Now they're forced to move their rook. If they move the rook up, I win a bishop for free. So they're forced to move their rook here. So they're forced to lose their rook, basically. That's what this play accomplished. They are forced to lose the rook. I didn't realize they were forced to lose their rook. They're either forced to lose their rook or they're forced to lose their bishop. You have to choose one. And if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I would rather lose the bishop because I think the king could end up being... Actually, no, you definitely want to lose the rook. If you lose that bishop, other problems are going to happen. The best thing is they can't even take back with the knight if they lose the rook. So I don't really know how to do this if I were my opponent. I think this really all started when they took the knight. Because they were a piece in development. There were two pieces of development behind. Because I had a pawn in the center of the board, essentially. Or like aiming at the center of the board, which would have been this pawn here. Like, it really all started from turn 3 that my opponent just went downhill. And I don't know why. I have a majority of the pawns. Like, they are panicked. They're losing pawns, they're losing pieces. Like, there's nowhere to go for my opponent. Like, what has my opponent done? I'm trying to figure this one out. Like, I don't see a way out for my opponent, really. Like, if I were them... Alright, so they chose to do that. Which is fine. I'm just going to take the rook anyway. I'm not sure what they're aiming to accomplish here. Like, the whole point was I'm going to get a rook. And I'll start trading down pieces now because I'm a whole rook ahead with 2 pawn advantage. There's nothing they can do. Wait. So you're telling me that... So you're telling me that I'm okay to do that. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm seeing. That I am okay to do that play. So you're just giving me pieces now. So wait, you're just giving me pieces. Why are we giving me pieces? Oh, I've fucked up royally. Take it back, I'm losing now. Honestly, I think I'm completely fine. Like, I'm looking at this, I'm still ahead material. Like, just because you have a queen, I've got 3 minor pieces and 2 rooks. You have a minor piece of rook and a queen. And no pawns. You got dang near no pawns. And my bishop will take this pawn as soon as your queen stops guarding it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and charge. Because I see no risk. What this also does is it allows this it opens this bishop up even more. It just opened this bishop up. Like, this bishop right here is just open now. Cool. We go here, I think, since nothing is immediately threatening my pawn. And I have a guard on my pawn anyway. So, basically, I can attack this pawn a second time. So they're forced to either go here or not. I made a mistake when I just gave up my queen. I should have just checked. Like, I didn't even think about that. See, this is the problem when I play chess, is my ADHD kicks in, and I just start losing pieces. I play so well, and then I'm just like, oh, alright, well, I'm just giving up now. And I suck at bullet chess, so that's like out of the question. I just can't think that fast. That's the other problem. So I basically just need to train myself to calm down and think about the puzzle immediately in front of me. Now, I still have a huge advantage. Like, again, I'm a rook ahead with a pawn advantage. If I do that, essentially, yeah, you're either forced there or back into the back rank. Is move my rook out to here, because this is that's a safe file for my rook. I think just be careful, own the file, start really hammering that king, because that king is out in the open. Like, that king has a target on its back, and I want to hit the bullseye. Also, this is like, this just really helps my position, I think. Like, this pawn is probably going to promote, in all honesty. I want to try to force this pawn to promote, because this pawn is a danger pawn. And I've got a lot of defense going towards it. Now, they're also protecting this pawn, which isn't a problem pawn, but it's not like a pawn that I like seeing there. I wonder what my opponent's going to respond with, because there's not a lot of moves they can make that are correct. I'm still attacking this pawn as well, so as soon as the defense goes off of this pawn, I can just take it. Like, I don't even want to attack the queen with this bishop. Mostly because, well, this knight's guarding that square, but I think the big thing for me is, like, I just want to keep the pressure. Like, I don't even want to take pieces. I just want my opponent to wander into a mistake. My next play is very, very, very clearly rook e6, because not only does it check the king, it forks this pawn, wins me a pawn, and at the same time, after it takes that pawn, it attacks the queen. You're going to trade pieces? Awesome! I will take away every opportunity you have. What did that do for you? Please, opponent, tell me what that did for you. Because for the life of me, I don't see it. I do not see what that did for you but lose a rook and a pawn. That gave me a free pawn. Look at my pawns over here. Look at these 3 pawns. These look deadly right now. There is no opposition over here. I am 4 pieces up. Well, not 4 pieces. I'm a full rook up. I have a massive pawn advantage. Your king is stranded in dead space. And you know where my bishop goes? It goes right back there. This accomplished absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Alright, so this bishop is the hanging piece. That bishop's the hanging piece. So I need to worry about that. I can't move this knight because it's defending this bishop. What I want to do is just very calmly move my bishop right there. This is going to set up a trap. This sets up a trap. If they want to fork this, I win the queen. That's all I'm going to do. Because my knight's guarded. Yep, I won the queen. I won the queen. Checkmate. Let's go. Let's go. Give me the queen. Give me the queen. You can't move your queen. You can't move your motherfucking queen. Give me the queen. GG. I'm just going to say GG. I don't think you stopped this. That's not a premature GG. They fell for that trap so quickly. Like, I noticed, like, this is the thing. They let this happen. They let that happen. I would resign if I were my opponent. Like, just straight up. Like, I don't see how you come back from this. Because you're going to gain a minor piece for a queen. So I will essentially be up dang near every pawn on the board. But that actually helps me out even more. I don't know what my opponent's doing. I do not know what my opponent is doing. There's a runaway pawn. But there's a runaway pawn. Fix it. Figure out your problem. There's a runaway pawn over there. How are you going to stop it? Yeah. Like, that's all I can think of right there. Decline. No. Oh! A second rematch. Decline. Decline. No. I'll say they were a good sport. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go ahead with the ready again. I love the ready opening. Just because, again, it's so flexible. It can go into almost any game that you want it to play into. I love having the flexible moves. Having played Mahjong for such a... I'm going to try this again. Having played Mahjong for as long as I have at this point, I've learned that flexibility is a big thing, and I want to try and utilize that in chess. Now, obviously, there's no random chance in chess, such as, oh, I drew the tile that if I put it down, it loses me the game, but if I keep the tile, I can't win the game, so I guess I'll just not lose the game, but I'll never win the game now. That kind of logic. Yeah, as you see, it's gone from the ready opening to, oh, you declined Queen's Gambit and you developed your knight here as the next play. Like, that's what the opening became. It just became something so different than what my opponent anticipated. I'm just going to very calmly just develop my knight there. I'm not even looking to do anything with that. What I will do is I'll do this, and I'll be very aggressive, pin the knight to the queen, because that's just annoying. Oh no, I should have won a bishop! Oh no, I couldn't have, because the knight just blocks here. Never mind, false alarm. I'm glad that I caught that, because I was like, oh no, I could have checked the king and gotten the bishop out of it. It would have been a bad play, because it would have just allowed my opponent to develop their knight for free. This knight's still pinned. I like that. I'm thinking about this, right? I want to see if I can chase that bishop off. I don't think this hurts my... Alright, my opponent just decided that that was going to be what they did. Completely fine with that. No, I don't actually want to take with my rook because I see knight goes there very easily. It can't right now, but eventually it will be able to. Which is fine. I actually want to just stay on this file, do things with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to calmly open up my light squared bishop. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take the knight. Actually, I'm going to go here. This is a closed board. This is a closed board. And I want to see if they take this knight with theirs. I want to see what my opponent tries to do here. This is a pivotal moment of the game, is how my opponent responds to this. Because there are several things that they can do, obviously. Okay, so they decided they want to do that, which is completely fine. I'm going to just respond in kind by actually doing this because it forces the queen to take. Now that doesn't help or hurt my opponent's position, but it helps mine because now I get to do this. Now I get to bring my bishop to a better square. So not only does it attack this pawn over here, but it just allows my bishop to stop other future ideas that my opponent could do. Regarding knight here, like just defensively, I don't know why I did that. Pretty much, I don't want this knight going back to here or just annoying my bishop, and I'd rather keep my bishop late game. So that was the point of doing the thing that I did. And I'm very glad that my opponent has traded a bishop for one of my knights, because I think that it hinders them in the long run. We're going to see, though, obviously, because who knows. One move that I'm looking at doing is queen to b3. The reason that I want to do that is I want to attack the b7 pawn. Obviously, that can be very easily defended. However, I do want to attack it because if my opponent lets me have it, then that can, that can create some opportunities. I want to develop this bishop probably to e2. Be very, very simple about it. Not anything major. Just calm, collected, see how my opponent responds. I think that that's my best way forward. is just looking at how my opponent responds. Alright, so my opponent wanted to respond by doing that. It's completely fine, in all honesty. I'm going to very calmly just, again, I'm going to move my bishop here. Now, I know my opponent's going to probably try and do that. If they do that, I honestly think that, well, the play response would be this, followed by this, and then move my bishop to that square. And obviously, I'm going to a castle eventually. So this is just kind of what I see happening. I don't agree with moving this pawn out. I think that it very much weakens the king side, because if you look, suddenly my bishop can start entering the fray here, and, you know, it can cause a panic. Like, that's the whole thing that I'm going for here. If they weaken their king side in their response to trying to chase this bishop around, I don't know why you would want to chase that bishop around, because it's not really doing a lot against you right now. It's just kind of like, I'm here. What's up, guys? My name's MRC Core, the Dark Squared Bishop, and I'm attacking your C7 pawn today. I like that. You know, it's just one of those things. Some people just don't think the way you think they think. You know what I think? That's what I think. Oh, okay, so they're just going to go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to... I'm going to go ahead and castle. Yay. Actually, wait a second. Yeah. Go ahead and castle, because my rook is still guarding this pawn. Eventually I can threaten that knight. I'm okay with them doing that. I'm wondering if I should sacrifice a pawn over here to open up the file. I don't want to move this pawn, actually. This is a tough play. This is very difficult because this is very much a positional game. I'm going to just slowly advance this pawn because I want just a safe square for this bishop for later, in case they do decide to go forward with this plan. What I want to do is I want to advance my bishop here, though. Right. I want my bishop on this square, e5, because I feel that it gives it the most range. Which could also bait f6, which would help my position out, because it would allow a future bishop to h5, potentially, followed up by the queen, doing stuff over there as well. This bishop could also come here, and then queen go here instead of the bishop. And suddenly things look a little odd. I am not going to do anything with that. I am just going to say hello. Do whatever you want. I'm going to hold my position, because I don't think that you actually win anything from this. That knight's very annoying, but I actually want to get rid of that bishop over there. Actually, I don't know which one I want to get rid of, but I want to try to open up my position a little more. So I'm making very calm, polite moves. I'm being Princess Peach over here with my thick old booty, and I'm just shaking it. You heard what I said. I'm shaking it in front of my opponent. We're going to see if they take the bait. I don't know if... I just realized what it's... I have no idea what I'm talking about. Ignore me. I have a very screwed up mind. Alright. Well, my opponent seems to... I'm really not sure what my opponent's intending to do here. Like I said, I'm just trying to hold my position as well as possible and just bait pawn moves, because the weaker they make their position, the better it is for me. If they take this pawn, I take back here. If they take this pawn, bishop takes. And my position just looks very solid. overall, in my opinion. Now, and my rook is still guarding this. That's very important because the knight can't take it right now. And the knight's also being attacked. Eventually, I do want to maybe attack the knight. I think I might have a solid enough defense over here. If I can remove these two pieces, that I could push on queen side. Well, that's not going to happen anymore. We're going to do that. I don't see what this accomplished for my opponent whatsoever. At all. Like, I just feel like that was a mistake. I feel like that was a mistake taking it, because you just gave me they basically just gave me the reins of the game by doing that, because now I'm in control of the position. Because they try to relieve the tension. The thing that you're supposed to do in those situations is let it sit there. Because when you take it first, it's going to blow up the position. And I think that I have a slight advantage over my opponent. I'm not sure, because I have not been playing chess long enough since I retired long ago. 8 years ago was the last time I really played chess seriously. So 8 years later, here we are. And, yeah. You know what? I'm getting tired of this song. Let's go to another beat. Let's see what I got here. I like that. I cannot wait to rap on this beat. This beat's gonna be so fire. Like, I'm actually thinking of going, like, you know, I'm not even gonna tell you. I don't need to tell you anything. I'll just follow Dragon of the East on Spotify, because I make the dopest music known to mankind. I really do make good music, though. Once Qualms comes out in 3 days, that's my next single. Lust is going to come out a little later next year. Wrath is going to come out. My album Wrath is going to come out in September on the 23rd. So I've got stuff that's coming out. I think Pride is a good album. The title song being Pride. I think Pride is a good album. So your plan was what? Because I can do... So I can't take that because of Queen. Hello, big girl. How are you today? How are you, big kitty? Yeah, hello. Oh, are you being lonely? Are you just lonely? I have the other cat under my desk, so they love being around people. They're such sweet girls. So this is where the position is opened up a little bit. What I can say is I'm just going to move my bishop right back there. I'm not even going to worry about this. I know that, yeah, I knew that that was going to come. This is completely fine. I could take their knight. Do I want to, though, is the question. I'm going to just move my bishop way back here, because I think that it looks very safe back there. Yeah, I'm just going to move my bishop back. I'm going to keep the pin on this bishop, and more importantly, this square, because again, that could come into play later. You never know. You never know how your opponent is going to react to certain moves that you make. Eventually, I want to move my queen here and start putting some pressure on my opponent to actually do something. Yay, big girl. Oh, that's my big kitty. Oh, with your fluffy face. Yes, that's my big kitty. I don't know if y'all can see her, just the way she's positioned on me right now. But I got this tail. Yes, aren't you being such a sweetie? You know, you can lay down on me. You don't have to stand. Come on. Come on. Come on, Mifa. Come on, Mif. Oh, my big kitty. She just can't wash eye. So, like I said, I think I'm fine going through with this because I'm just positioning myself, right? My whole goal is to just reposition my pieces. I think that's the smartest way to go about it. I think I have a very solid pawn fortress over here. I don't really see how you break it without exchanging, like going a piece down for it, which I think would be a mistake. My opponent's also falling a little more into time pressure with each move. I've learned that I absolutely hate 15-minute with 10-second. Okay, so you're just going to, okay. That, I should have never done that. I made the mistake. I've made the biggest mistake there. So I lost a rook in exchange for this. This is fine. So I made a big mistake there. I should have never moved my queen out. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I messed up. So I've lost the game now. More than likely. I very highly doubt that I'm going to be able to hold this position. Because knight's going to take rook. If the knight takes this bishop, I don't know. But I can only hope knight takes bishop and I just get 2 minor pieces for... No, that's even worse for me. So, nope, never mind. Doesn't matter which piece they take, either is horrible for me. Because it's 2 minor pieces for a minor piece and a rook, no matter how you look at it. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to ignore this knight and I'm going to attack this king relentlessly. For the rest, throw everything I've got, because I have nothing left right now after this knight takes a piece. Alright, so I go ahead and make that play. I'm gonna go ahead and take back, because I think that... I'm not sure why they decided to... I don't know. If they don't take this rook, I am going to take this pawn. Because I have it guarded, yeah. Actually... No, because then, yeah. No, I want to do this. I want to break this position now. I might have checkmate. I might still be in this game, depending on what my opponent does. Best thing is, this bishop actually does defend this square, so you can't just send your rooks in. Queen here. If I were my opponent, queen right there. Stops all counterplay. It stops all counterplay. Okay, so you just decided you were going to lose a rook. Why did you do that? If you take back, I get check and I end up with a full... Oh, that was such a bad play. Oh my goodness. No, I think their play really should have been queen to d5 because it stopped all forms I had of any kind of counterplay. What does that do? What does that do? What does that do? What does that do? I don't see what it does. So I'm going to go right back to where I was. And now the game has somehow evened up. The game has somehow evened up for me, which is insane. Good play. Good play. It stops rook to here. It stops rook to this square after bishop takes. What I will do instead is very calmly just take the pawn. Yeah, I'm just gonna very calmly just take the pawn. Like, I think what I want to do now is I want to try to put my opponent... And they made a horrible play there, just giving me a rook. I can't believe they did that. Oh, that's even worse for my opponent. I don't think they have an out. Yeah, I don't think you have an out. I think this is just checkmate. Okay, that was a smart play, because the reason that was it did save them. It did save them for a turn. The reason it saves them... Actually, it doesn't. No, it doesn't even save them. I just won a pawn. That's all that did. All that did is it won me a pawn. They can't checkmate me. They have no way of checkmating me. If they move the rook off of this back rank to here, I'm anticipating. Rook here after queen here. Alright, so they just want to check me right there. That's even worse. That is so much worse for them because queen just takes this. So they just gave me a piece for free. Their whole position just fell apart. They just threw away that game. I'm going to say GG. I know I made some bad mistakes there, but my opponent, oh man. Oh, that was heartbreaking, seeing a position fall like that. Let's go. Ooh, somebody with bad connection. I'm actually going to go King's Pawn opening this time, so we can get out of that. And they respond King's Pawn, so we're just going to go, hopefully, Ruy Lopez, yep. An opening that I think that I'm getting better at every time that I do it. I mean, I think this is probably, like, whenever the first three moves happen and it's this, I think white pretty much steers the game in every direction that they want to. I think the Ruy Lopez, like, yeah, it has a lot of good counterplay for the black pieces, but I really do think that it gives such an advantage to the white pieces as far as controlling the direction that the game goes in. Because it can even go to positional lengths instead of just tactical. So yeah, it's just one of those things. It's not my favorite opening, but it's the one that I think that I'm the most comfortable with. Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? I've got a piece. I got one more piece developed than you do. So, what does this do for you? Please take this knight, by the way. Alright, I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna do that now. And, things are going to happen after that. Hello, kitty? Hello, girl? Come on. Come on, girl. Get on my lap. Or just show me your butthole. It doesn't matter. You're a cat. You'll do whatever you want. Come on, girl. Good girl. Yes. Look at that big kitty. Oh, look at that big, gorgeous kitty. Alright, I think that is a mistake. I am going to pseudo fool's mate this person. Watch. Do you want to see something cool? You kids want to see something cool? Please take the bishop. Please take the bishop. This would be so funny. This is gonna be so funny if this works. Oh man, it didn't work. I shouldn't have done it. I did it for the memes, okay? I did it for the memes. Well, my knight's on the center of the board, so I don't think I'm down and out. Now, obviously, I'm going to lose the right to castle in a moment. Which is fine. Which is fine. I don't care. I'm going for a checkmate. That's the only thing I care about. Why aren't you going for the... I want to do that. Such a sweet... This game, I really just took my opponent for a dumbass and made myself look like a dumbass instead. So this is what happens when I try to meme people. It just doesn't work. Yeah, I don't care. We're gonna go there. Your knight will be trapped. I'm going to threaten checkmate again. Well, that was they should have just taken the knight. Not my fault they're stupid. It's not my fault they're stupid. I'm just gonna harass my opponent. Like, I don't have anything better to do right now. I mean, no matter what they do, I think I move my bishop here, right? Yeah. I think I do that. Because I think I have an advantage. Because I've got 1, 2, 3. They've only got 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the play. Oh. I see. You've decided that you're going to be a little bitch. Well, you want to know what I think? I think this! I don't care about my position. Did you think I was a sane opponent? Oh, no! I'm not sane, sir! Ah, you think that sways me one way or another? I'm gonna do this! Bye, cat. Bye, Meef. Oh, but you fell for the trap! You fell for the trap, opponent! I've got you in my clutches now! You never knew what was coming because you didn't know it was there! Sound insane. Oh, please move this knight. Please move this knight to safety. And forget that there's checkmate if you ever move it. Why am I actually still in this game? Someone please tell me how I'm still in this game. I am a rook and a bishop down, but my opponent has refused to move their bishop, their rook, their queen. They have failed the castle. Their position looks awful. How did we get here? I made a joke play and it ended up working? Oh my god, I have so much hair on my hands. No! I'm gonna have cat hair in my ear. You know what? I've already probably got cat hair in 80% of my body because when you have cats, they shed. This is hilarious that I'm actually able to do something with this position, right? Like, look, basically it doesn't matter what they do next turn. Because I'm gonna say check, force something to happen, and then we're gonna go from there. You think that deters me? You think that's gonna keep you safe? not about to keep you safe. Check. Check yo privilege. I'm taking yo rook. Oh, you thought you was safe? No. Think again. Think again. I don't think they realize my pieces are guarded. What are you doing? Opponent, stop. Oh my god. Okay. So they're attempting this. I'm gonna do this because, actually no, because that knight gets weakened by doing that. I do him today because
I'm so fresh you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh you can suck my nuts. Swag. I'm so fresh you can suck my nuts. I'm so.
If you're gonna checkmate me, do it. Do it. Show me you can do it. Cool. Uh-huh. You didn't do it. And you know what happened? I did this. Why? Why am I still in this game? I've never seen someone play this badly to where I have a chance.
I'm so fresh you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh you can suck my nuts. Swag. I'm so fresh you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh you can suck my nuts.
Yep, screw it. Screw it. I don't see better play. We're gonna see what happens. Like, my plan is... I have no plan. I have no earthly idea what I'm doing right now. Because of a joke play, I put myself in the worst position possible. And somehow I still have counterplay. And a lot of it because my opponent keeps on being like, oh no, I need to defend myself. It's called attack me! Thank you! This didn't actually help you! Oh my lord. Someone help this man. Alright, if you are smart, which you're not, you will move this bishop here. You will move that rook there. Because that is the smartest play you can make. So I can't take it with my queen. I want to see if this is going to work. I want to see if they fall for this. I almost guarantee they're going to take this pawn, right? They're going to take that pawn. I'm going to say check, and then my queen is going to take their rook and still guard my knight. That's going to be hilarious. Why is this position? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. How did I know? How did I know? And I'll be attacking this bishop, which means I have to find a way to save it. Take rook. I will take my knight back very soon. Like, I'm not fully lost. I'm in a losing position. Oh, that's adorable. That doesn't really save you. So I'm going to go wha-bam. I'm going to make this as difficult for you as possible, opponent. I'm going to make this as difficult for you as possible. I'm still in the game. I'm making this as difficult for them as possible, yeah? Alright, then this is easy. I guard the square I can get checkmated on. They can still lose their knight. So I'm not totally lost. That's the craziest part. I'm not totally lost. Which is insane. I should be. Because I made a meme play. I made the joke play. I had to meme on my opponent. Oh, you thought you were clever. That's adorable. I'm taking your knight now. And then I'm guarding mine. Please take my knight and be stupid. Oh, see, you thought for a second that was gonna stop me. No, bro, that's not gonna stop me. Do you even know who I am? I'm gonna do that because I'm defensed. I am defensed up the wazoo. Let's go, baby. Hey, let's go, baby. This is what I'm talking about. This right here, I'm gonna stalemate them. This game has been hilarious for a number of reasons. I should not win this game, but I might just win this game yet. Watch me. Oh, that's adorable. You know what you did, though? You gave me an out. Because now... Wabam. This is great. This is great. This is absolutely fantastic. Somehow I even the game back up. Oh, no, 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 no. Opponent. No. I am going to put you in check and waste the time on your clock as long as physically and humanly possible. So, you know what I think? I want to make this play. And the reason I want to make this play is because I want your rook to go somewhere. And by go somewhere, I mean leave me alone. As in, do that, because that is your best play. Oh, you're double attacking my knight. Ooh, boy. I hope you trade it for that knight, or I win a big piece for it. That would be yummy. Yeah. And now my position is defensed again. This is the funniest game I've ever played. Somehow, I've channeled my inner Justinut, and Justinut's my friend. He memes a lot. Somehow I channeled my inner Justinut, memed on a guy, and it worked. Oh, wait a second. You mean I can do this? You're telling me you're gonna let me do this? But I would absolutely love to say, check and force something to happen over here. That would be wonderful. I'd love to get my rook back there because my queen can look pretty precarious. I'm going to move right back to where I was. This is going to go on for a couple of hours here. See, I have my advantage here. My opponent thinks that they're smart, but they don't have that big brain. They don't have the Omega brain. They don't have Galaxy brain. They don't have the intelligence to keep up with these plays I'm making. See, this is when I'm like shaking it down. They don't want to put me in stalemate because they think they can win, but they let me come back into the game, get all of the pieces back that I needed. It's an even game right now. And my king's in the middle of no man's land. I didn't even castle. My opponent is lacking that smartness, that intelligence, the brain, the brawn, the Omega, the fury. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Bruh, make your play. Make your play. This was a meme game, and I should have never done what I did. Oh! They're doing it. They're actually gonna do it. Bruh, no, that's not smart. I'm taking it. I'm sorry. Bro, you're not ready. Because if you can't put me in checkmate, or you fail to continuously put me in check, I'm gonna offer a draw. If you can't put me in checkmate, they declined. Oh, that's funny. If you can't put me in checkmate, which I don't think you can. I really don't. I don't see how you put me in checkmate from here. If you don't put me in checkmate now, I get checkmate next turn. That is literally the play that I have. And if you make this play, okay, so they are gonna go with that. This doesn't really hurt me. So if I move here, if I move there, queen says check. And they lose this in the process. And I'm still winning. So what is their other play? I move here. I just don't see it. I don't see what their queen can do to me. I just don't see it. Because if they try to check me here, knight just takes the rook. I just don't see what they do. But I don't see what my opponent does. But they've actually, I gave them a chance to draw the game. And I think they should have taken it because that play doesn't help them. That actually helped me. Because I don't think they have a viable check. Like, their viable check is queen to here, which still loses them the rook. So the only other option is rook here, check, and force a draw. But I think I just forced my opponent to draw, even though I was losing, which is hilarious. Oh, they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't figure it out. That's adorable. And queen goes right there, boy. It looks like I might just win this game after all. This is hilarious. This is hilarious, right? That I actually have this much of a chance. Like, this should not be happening at all. And the funniest thing is that if they do queen check, knight right here. Actually, no, that's a terrible play, because then they just check and I can't take back. So yeah, they're going to get a slight advantage here. If they take that pawn, then I will simply take this pawn. And I still can eventually take this pawn over here. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. That was the whole point. It's like, my knight is defensed. And I'll earn pawns. I'm gonna swing it around town. You know what? Let's go after their king again. This is gonna be funny. And what exactly did that do for you? As far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna see this. They didn't see it. I can't believe they didn't see it. They want a free knight. I left my knight hanging. I don't know how they didn't see it. Okay. I'm going to dance around my knight. Like, dude, just draw the game. Draw the game. You don't risk losing by drawing the game. You get no points out of it, right? My opponent is throwing. Well, this time I'm not losing the knight by doing this because my queen is guarding the square they can check me on. I'm just waiting for them to throw away their queen. Well, you see, I have this thing called, that, and it's not like you can checkmate me right this second. Oh, unfortunately, I did mess up a little bit, but, my rebuttal is this. I really don't care about this game. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't, because I made a joke play and I'm paying the price for it. I'll be putting you in check as many times as possible and as quickly as possible, taking advantage of your bad connection and your time pressure. Well, you see, that would have been a nice play, but I'm just gonna go right back to where I was. I'm also baiting them to either move this bishop or they're not. Like, I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. I wish I did. I just don't. If you move your queen here, my queen just goes to here. Nothing really changes. If you move your bishop there afterward, I just go right back to say check. Like, this is hilarious. This is hilarious to me that the game has gone on as long as it has. Oh, check. Wabushki. Not being mean to you. I'm just saying I really don't think you know how to win. If you know how to win, show me. If you know how to win, show me. Ah, great play. Well, see, this is the play I'm going to make here, right? So if you take my pawn, I'll take your bishop, and then your pawn following that turn. I don't think they really thought that through, and then it's just going to be, I'm going to put your king in check for as long as possible, and you'll lose on time pressure. Because I think you're just, like, you're getting into time pressure here. I mean, I think it's going to be a draw. I'm going to offer another draw. I don't think you can win this. You decline the draw again. Alright. It's your funeral, dog. I will offer a draw every single turn. Because they keep clicking it instead of just making their move, which wastes time for them. Which is hilarious. Oh! Oh! Check. Nope. Nope. Bruh, you don't get it. You don't get it. I don't think you understand. This is a drawn game because I will put you in check forever. Alright, we're going to return to the exact same position again. Oh, you thought you were clever. How about, let me think about this for a second. If I move here, queen might try to go to there. Let's have some fun. Let's move this king around the board and continue to do this to your opponent. I don't think you understand. So look at her, dog. Look at her, dog. I'm gonna give you a choice. Stop now. Because you don't have checkmate. You just don't. Stop. But why are we doing this? Alright? Cool. That actually hurt me. Well, let's return to what I was doing. Yep. Oh, yes, sirree. You can't escape me. I will find you. And we will do this dance all day long. I should have just kept putting them in check. Oh, no. You don't understand, sir. You don't understand, sir. Oh, no. You're not getting away from me. You're not getting away from me. Alright, let me think about this one. As long as I can put you in check, it does not matter. Alright, so you decided to do that. And here's my... But the fact that you need a second queen to stop this is hilarious. Like, you should just try to trade the queens. Like, that's what you should have done. You should have forced a trade of queens. But I stopped caring about this game about halfway through when I kind of figured I wasn't going to win. But my opponent is giving me so many chances to come back. It is funny. It's funny how many chances I've had. And my cat, no, kitty, no, why do you do this to me? I gotta be careful though, not to stalemate me or lose to time. But this is the thing that I'm gonna say, if you have too many queens on the board, it's very easy to stalemate. So what? So what? You got so much power on the board, I bet you gonna stalemate. Uh-huh. That's the only legal play I have. Do it now. After this, I can't make a legal play. There we go. They stalemated! Oh! Oh, GG! Bro! How? How do you blunder so bad that you... Okay. I need to go through this. Hold on.
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. Swag. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts.
It's hilarious. Anyway, that's all the time we got, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. And we're going to see all of you in the next video that we do. Take care, everybody.